affordable COVID-19 DNA testing or infectious disease clinical testing? Welcome to P23 Labs, a high-complexity molecular diagnostics lab that uses the latest technology to offer a full suite of molecular diagnostic tests, clinical tests, and wellness consultations. We give you access to knowledge and healthcare resources that will transform your health. Schedule an appointment and order your custom test today with our healthcare team. www.p23labs.com.
Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon, so be sure to text us "Need Software" to 213-640-9738. That's 213-640-9738. We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal Buyer's Protection Guarantee.
Do you notice your dog has low energy and all-day hunger cravings? If so, get our premium, energizing, and appetizing organic dog food, a dog's best friend. Be sure to text us today as our 50% off deal is ending shortly. Every purchase you make, a portion of the profits goes towards helping abused and malnourished dogs of America. Text "Need A+ Dog Food" to 323-403-5697. That's 323-403-5697. Also, if you would like to make a donation towards the cause, text us "Help Dogs" and we will direct you to one of our agents.
It's Jay with 6zeros.net, a black-owned message board. Not only was it created by us and funded by us, it's moderated by us. So we make sure it stays a safe space for us to talk about all things important to us. We got the Cookout where we talk about general subject matter, the Thunderdome where we talk about sports, and we have more sections on the way. Check us out on 6zeros.net. Stop running around all these other sites and letting these white boys call you the N-word. Come hang out with your people. Sign up.
Hey girl, why you sitting on your phone and I'm right across from you right here?
I'm just trying to text somebody back real quick.
Yeah, I see you texting, but I'm sitting right across from you, so what's going on with that?
Hold on, I'm posting this picture. Oh, 1 second.
Alright, I'm trying to get some love. I'm right across from the table and you're looking at your phone. What's up with that?
Okay, let me put it down just for you.
Across from the table, a night on the town. I want conversation.
That new Mink Slide.
But you keep looking down, girl.
Pre-order the new Mink Slide, ladies and gentlemen. This is Phone Down by Mink Slide, ladies and gentlemen. Put that damn phone down.
I wanna be the only thing in your life that you are gonna love.
Come on.
Be the only one that you trust.
What?
We gotta put the focus on us.
What?
I wanna be the only person whose eyes you're looking into. I wanna show you that I care about you.
Come on.
You got a certain air about you, so put your phone down. I want you to listen.
New Mink Slide.
There's things that I wanna mention. I want much more than a friendship. Phone down.
Pre-order the new Mink Slide.
Brother, gotta do to get closer. Don't you know you're my type? Trying to get a little busy with you tonight. So put your phone
You better pre-order that Mink Slide. The link is right there below. Go to iTunes and pre-order the new EP, Mink Slide Funk on Wheels, ladies and gentlemen. Pre-order right now. If you pre-order, you're going to get half off because when it comes out, it's going to be $9.99. If you pre-order, it's going to be $5.99. So pre-order right now so you can get half off on the EP right now. Go to iTunes, especially all the iTunes users. Go to iTunes Music, and pre-order right now the new Mink Slide EP. A lot of stuff we're going to talk about on today's broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Let everybody know we're here. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to get into this Divester thing a little bit. We're going to talk about the dangerous divestors out here. So let's take another quick commercial break. We'll be right back right here on Tariq Radio, so don't you move a muscle, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
Listen up, squares. You need to get the legendary book on game, The Art of Mackin', by author Tariq King Flex Nasheed, available on Amazon right now. Can you dig it? This book has been a bestseller for 20 years, Jack, and the New York Times called it a classic. That means it's out of sight. So this book ain't for no lames who ain't trying to learn the game. Jive turkeys. So if you're ready to stop slacking in your mackin', get the Art of Mackin' book on Amazon and Barnes & Noble right now, sucker. Rated PG. That stands for plenty of game, jive chumps.
RealestateExpress.us, that's the #1 choice for real estate school, with over 520,000 aspiring real estate agents and brokers that have taken their courses. Enroll today in pre-licensing and post-licensing courses across a nationally accredited platform led by industry experts who knows what it takes to succeed. And you can go at your own pace. So check them out right now at realestateexpress.us. Again, that's realestateexpress.us.
Are you looking to start your own business? Millions of brothers have turned to eBay to escape the rat race. Become your own boss and get the Power Seller Research ebook. It's a comprehensive, step-by-step guide that explains how to start an eBay business. The website is powersellerresearch.com. Again, that's powersellerresearch.com.
Our children are influenced by many things in this world, and music is one of them. If you're worried about your children listening to music that promotes sex, drugs, and violence, then introduce them to Gifted and Lit. Gifted and Lit is an award-winning program that combines hip-hop and cartoons to teach children math, science, and language arts, and much, much more. Gifted and Lit also has an amazing new home workout program called Gifted and Fit. This program combines social, emotional, learning, and physical fitness to help families get in shape together. Order right now and use the coupon code Tariq to save 10% off on your next order. Go to giftedandlit.com right now and join the movement.
Bro, stop playing and start spraying. Leave an op on the ground where you stand. At all costs, yeah, make sure you protect it. Old goon juice, the formula been tested. You can defend yourself. If you find that you need a little help, gotta stay ready. Ain't no love in the street. Pepper spray straight to the face, make them get weak. Get it at oldgoonjuice.com. If they thinking you slipping, then tell them to come get them some. If you packing this, you won't be lacking. A shot to the eye and them problems you having. Maximal strip, hit them haters on ground, so you can feel free when you out in the town. Old goon juice, and don't forget a shirt, man. You gotta stay ready, that evil on alert. Yeah.
You are now tuned in to the incredible, to the legendary Tariq Nasheed. On Tariq Radio.
Please wear your mask.
Yeah, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Glad to have y'all tuning in. I'm going to need everybody to hit that thumbs up button. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. And very, very important, it's very important to hit that subscribe button. You got to hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen, just to let folks know this thing is real. But listen, our new EP, the new Mink Slide EP, it is coming out October 1st. And again, you can pre-order the EP right now. And when you pre-order the Funk on Wheels EP. You will get it for half off when you pre-order. So go to iTunes Music and pre-order that EP right now. It's only $5.99. So everybody who's listening, you need to tune in to iTunes and get that right now, ladies and gentlemen. And the Phone Down video for the first single, Everybody's Loving Phone Down, is that old 90s R&B vibe. Had the R&B baseball bat that was very prominent in a lot of those early videos. A lot of folks love the video. We just did another video for a second single. We did it yesterday. We had a good time. We did it at a roller skating rink. That one's going to be a hot one. That's a more fast-paced song. So we're going to have a nice, good little rollout for October 1st for the new EP, for the new Funk on Wheels EP. Shout out to my brother Legendary Baller. He came on out. We brought him out. He did some skits. So it's a very fun project. Mink Slide, Funk on Wheels. Again, go to iTunes and get your pre-order on right now. And follow us on our YouTube channel, on the Mink Slide YouTube channel, so you can get updates and all that good stuff. Excuse me. So a lot of stuff going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys know, I've been working on a new book, my new Race Baiter book. I'm actually finished with the book. It's just being edited right now. So I finally found a pretty decent editor to do the book. What was interesting, while I was looking for professional editors for the book, what I did, I was going around in different publishing circles looking for freelance editors and, looking for particularly a black editor, which is very rare. Unfortunately, there's not too many professional black editors out there who actually has a lot of experience working with published material. It's just not. And, I go out of my way to try to find some, and I found one sister. There's this one site that has different ratings for different book editors, and it has the different types of book editors. And it was this one sister, black woman out of, I think, Virginia, the older sister. But she had rave reviews. You could rate the editors and, you can see how other people felt working with them and how professional they were. So you can get a pretty good understanding of who you're going to get. So this one sister, her ratings were better than everybody on there. I said, oh, this is the person right here. This sister, her ratings were higher than everybody. I'm talking about, this is a 98% white site with all the people that submit their expertise. This really was the only black person on there. Yeah, I won't even say 98%. I'd say 99.9%. That's the only black person on there, and she had the best reviews. So I what you do with this site, you send people a couple of pages so they can give a free sample. And the idea is you let a few of the editors sample your work, do a sample edit. Just give them about 3 or 4 pages, let them sample it. And you choose the best one out of them. So I sent the sister, she quoted me a price and all that if we were to work together. And I sent her the sample pages. And a few days later, she sent them back. And family, I tell you, there were butter biscuit crumbs when she sent the paperwork back. When she emailed it, you can smell butter biscuits in the email. Family, the butter biscuit crumbs were flowing. Family, when you edit something, you send notes. And boy, she sent a bunch of notes. I can tell her eyes were bucking when she sent the notes. Man, her eyes were bucking. I said, uh-oh. Because look, the book I'm writing, I'm going in on white supremacy. Let's be very clear. I'm going in hard on white supremacy. I'm going in very hard, and I don't use little soft terms. I go for the jugular. So, dude, she sent me notes back. First, she tried to rewrite everything, and she would send notes. we can't generalize all white people. I mean, she was literally sending notes like that. All white people ain't bad. You can't generalize white people's. Nigga. I was talking about white supremacy in the 60s. She sent notes back. You mean segregation and discrimination? No, I mean white supremacy. I don't use terms like that. Well, we can't say that all people, we can't use general terms. You just got to speak for your own experience. So I had to look her up. I said, let me look more in depth about who this woman is. And I looked her up, and I looked at her Facebook page. I ain't gonna say what her name is, but she's all hugged up with white women at the White Women's March. And she's clicked in with these white women feminist groups. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Nah, I couldn't hire her. I don't have time to explain racism to somebody while they're trying to edit my work. She was trying to change my stuff up. Wherever I said white supremacy, she would change that with discrimination, injustice. Now, I don't use terms like that. Yeah, she was trying to rewrite my damn book. We're not going to do that. That's one thing, family. If you're ever in the publishing industry, or you're trying to publish a book or whatever, be very careful about the editors you get. And you got to understand their ideologies, because I word things a certain way. My thing is with the editors I get, and I got another guy who's a white guy, and I let him know up front, look, if I'm gonna get somebody bucking their eyes, I might as well get a damn white person and just let them know what the deal is. Like, hey, this book is some real deep shit in here. You know, you might have some personal feelings about this shit, but I don't want my words changed. I just want to make sure that the sentence structures are right, that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and I'm using things in the right verbal, grammatical context. But yeah, we're not going to change no words. Yeah, we're not going to change no words. And so some of them can respect that, but this woman here, this is why certain black folks, sometimes when you have a lot of qualified black people who are almost overqualified, it would be cool to work with them, but you better understand what their ideologies are. Because there's a lot of black folks who are very thorough, but hey, if they got a coon or mammy spirit, that's something else. And this woman her eyes were bucking so hard. Yeah, and the way I word things in this book, even I use the term foundational black American a lot, and she was trying to change that. She's like, enslaved Africans, enslaved African Americans? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's not enslaved African American. I'm using the term foundational black Americans for a very specific reason. So yeah, stuff like that, I can't butt heads with you now. I'm not gonna. Every other line, it was some shit where she was completely trying to change my stuff. And that's the thing. Somebody asked, is she FBA? I don't know. She might not even be FBA. I don't know. She's kind of older, so I don't know. That I don't know. You know, where's my sister Lioness Crown? Shout out to Lioness Crown in here. But yeah, I don't know if she FBA now, but I know she was all booed up with a lot of white women on her Facebook page. She wearing the Women's March t-shirts, and she's booed up with a lot of white women. So, you know, you got to watch folks like that who really get their bread and butter being the pet Negro for white folks. Yeah, projects like what we're doing, this is like kryptonite to them. And if they try to edit it, that's going to have too many internal conflicts with them, because the truth is hitting their asses too hard. You know, they've rationalized in their minds that all you got to do is just be a good nigger, and the white peoples is going to be nice to you. And I don't subscribe to that ideology. You dig? But I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, so let's get into what we're going to talk about, the main subject of tonight's broadcast. We're going to talk about the dangerous divestors. We're going to talk about how dangerous these divestors are. And if you look at the screen now, you see a doll with a Divester wig on. See, the thing about these bed wenches and these divestors, if you let folks fester long enough, they'll show their true danger. There's a reason why I've always been kind of rough on these bed wenches and divestors. And I've never let up. And I've never been apologetic about it, even though I've been criticized for popularizing the term bed wench. Yes, I did popularize that term. A lot of people accuse me of popularizing that term, and I absolutely did. I don't run from that whatsoever. I do not run from that. I own that, and I stand on that 10 toes down. I have repopularized the term bed wench and the bed wench mentality because it's a very applicable term. And the term has a negative connotation, not because I said the word, but the actions of the people who have the Negro bed wench mentality. They engage in negative behavior. They try to pretend that we're just knocking the divestors simply because they want to choose their options to date white men. That's not what it is. The problem with these divestors and bed wenches was the same problem we had during slavery. When you understand the context of slavery, a lot of the house Negro bed bucks and the bed wenches who were brainwashed by massa, they would thwart any type of rebellion, unfortunately. Some of these bed wenches, they had to rationalize in their minds, well, shit, let me just pretend that I haven't made in the context of captivity. So anytime black people, particularly black men, were trying to rebel, the black women who were bed wenches, and not all, because you did have some black women who were riders, but a lot of them would inform on the rebellion. But let's be very clear. The bed wenching actually started way before we hit the plantations. The bed wenching, that started really in Africa and in the native populations in America too. I'm not just going to put it on Africa because little Pocahontas, they turned her into a bed wench. The famous story about Pocahontas, the Native Americans were about to kill Sir John I think it was Sir John Hawkins, right? They're about to kill his ass, rightfully so, which they should have killed him. And her little ass jumped in there. Lord, leave him alone. Don't do it. This is a white man. Let's hear him out now. Don't kill him. Let's just talk to him. Let's hear what he got to say. That was Pocahontas. And then they heard what John Hawkins had to say. And what he had to say was, all of you bastards are going to be subjugated by me. Yeah? All of you are going to be subjugated by me. And I see a couple of divestors in the room trying to do some deflecting on some, well, Tariq, your cousin, uncle, brother, auntie is half white. Who gives a damn? That doesn't negate your bed wenching and your bed bucking. Trying to reach for some type of genetic marker that has nothing to do with a choice I made, has nothing to do with your bed wenching or your bed bucking. I see some synthetic divestment wig strands are already in the chat room. I see some divestment wig strands are in the chat room. But let's be very clear. The bed wenching started heavily in Africa. They already had it going. When the Portuguese and all those folks came over, they started marrying the bed wenches over there, and they started having them lancados, which were the Portuguese black offspring. And those lancados were the ones who said, I ain't got no connection to the Negroes here, to my African mothers. My connection is with my Portuguese father. So they became the intermediaries of the slave trade over there. They were the ones going in between different groups and sowing dissension. So they were bedwenching over there heavy. This is why shit began to go left. They were bedwenching over there already. The bedwenching over there was going on very, very strong when the Portuguese and all of these other groups started coming over. Yeah, Cape Verde, that's a whole bedwench island. Cape Verde was basically uninhabited. Cape Verdean, there was no such thing as a Cape Verdean before 1450. But before the year 1450, Cape Verdeans didn't exist. There was no such thing as a Cape Verdean. They were creations of the Portuguese and the African people that came later on down the line. You understand? So the divestors, it ain't about them just making a choice. See, these divestors, and many of them are non-FBA. We got to point that out. Even to this day, a lot of these divestors are non-FBA. And unfortunately, over in these other societies, the women in these non-FBA societies, they're told to worship white people. So they still have that white worshiping mentality when they come here. They still have it, and they still have it bad. And what happens now is that these divestment bedwenches, they get on places like Clubhouse. The Clubhouse app, all that is, that's a bedwench sanctuary. They sit up here and allow some of the most vile anti-black male rhetoric to pop up on that site. And then you have some of these other bedwenches who get on Clubhouse and they get on social media and they sit up here referring to black men as bullet bags and all of this type of stuff. There was one of these divesting bedwenching mammies, and let me show you guys something on this real quickly. One of these divestors who's an actual lawyer out in Texas. And from my understanding, this particular bedwench was, she's Caribbean, but she lives in Texas. Right here. Her name is Let's Talk Legal. Her name is Janae something, but she was like, yeah, the bullet bags are mad. And then when people realize, hey, wait a minute, this woman is a damn lawyer. So they start pulling up information. Janae L. Jackson, she said at one point she worked at the Dallas County District Attorney's office. So this woman basically had to get rid of all her social media. She scrapped all her social media after making that vile comment about black men. Remember, this is a woman who's a damn lawyer. You think? Hold on one second. Let me see something. Because I think there's an article about this woman. Okay, yeah, right here. Here's an article on her. Hold on. Let me show you this. Texas lawyer ghosted from social media after calling black men bullet bags. Okay. So her name is Let's Talk Legal. All of her pages, she had to get off Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. And people were talking about filing a grievance with the Texas Bar Association because of her. So yeah, all of her accounts, she done dipped. Instagram, she done dipped. You dig? Hold on, let me get this ad out the way. Yeah, so a lot of folks are trying to find out more information about this woman. She done got caught out there talking this anti-black male garbage. And again, from what I understand, she's Caribbean. And she's hiding out now. She's been called out. Now she wants to hide out. But just imagine this person allegedly working in the DA's office. See, when people talk about representation matters and you think a black face is sitting up there representing you, you better understand where that damn black face is coming from. You understand? We better get off this representation nonsense. No, we need tangibles and compensation, not just representation. Because when we say we need representation, they're like, oh, cool. All they want is a black face? Cool. Larry Elder, come on over here real quick. Here's the black face for you. This is representation. You understand? So yeah, they got this woman allegedly working as a lawyer, allegedly working in the DA's office. Do you imagine, can you imagine, and especially down in Texas, they got a lot of these non-FBA mammies and coons working in law enforcement and working as correctional officers out there in Texas. We did a story about that some years ago. A lot of those COs in Texas are actually Nigerian, many of them Caribbean. That's not by accident, ladies and gentlemen. They do that for a reason. They know that those COs in these jails are not going to have a camaraderie with the FBA black folks that's being locked up. You understand? Somebody in the chat room said Clarence Thomas. Notice most of the FBA coons are old. It's kind of hard to recruit younger FBA coons. Because, see, there's a social order, see? Within foundational black American society, cooning is generally looked down upon. So everybody kind of want to be clicked in and they want to be on good terms with their peers. If you are a foundational black American coon, especially if you're a young person, you're not going to really have any peers who co-sign you like that. That's why a lot of our hardcore coons are usually old. Clarence Thomas, Larry Elder, Jesse Lee Peterson. You understand? But there's a pool of young non-FBA coons where they have whole societies, whole little cliquish communities of people who cannot stand us. So they don't even look at it as cooning. They look at it as, hell, we are in competition with these FBA niggas, with these damn Akatas. So we need to do what we need to do to get them out of here. We're not cooning because we don't like them niggas anyway, and them niggas are not us. So they don't even look at it as cooning, so it's not looked at in a negative connotation. When you get these non-FBA bedwenches and divestors and coons to sit up here and talk crazy about us. You understand? Somebody said in the room, divestors are FBA. Most of them are not, though. Let's be real. There's some. Most of these divestors are not FBA, though. Let's be very real. Most of these divestors are not FBA women. And I've talked about this before. FBA women, they ain't really tripping on no damn white boy. White boys are always trying to holler at foundational black American women. They grew up with that. They've been doing that. We've grown up and we've seen white people all our lives. So seeing a white boy trying to holler at a sister, that don't mean shit. Most sisters ain't even tripping on that. Because white dudes, when sisters, especially an attractive sister, when they go somewhere, it's always a white man up in their damn face. Oh my God, look like Halle Berry. Anybody ever tell you look like a hot version of Oprah? It's always some white man trying to holler at sisters. Over here, but in other countries, I'm telling you, and I've seen this firsthand. These other countries, where it's just nothing but black faces, when a white man shows up, it's like Jesus showed the fuck up, okay? When a white man shows up, it's literally like Jesus showed up. Out there in Uganda, remember there's a video of a white man dressed as Jesus, just a regular white man who had long hair. Some church brought him out. He was dressed like Jesus, and people in the streets of Uganda was following this white man. The people in Uganda were following this white man. Now let's be clear. Now, in black society, you might have a hood rat or two who might go for the white boys. Some goofy ass hood rat, like the kind of hood rats that fuck with Chet Hanks. Chet Hanks, if you look at the chicks Chet Hanks rock with, usually they're hood rats. And hood rats just want some mixed kids, you understand, so they can walk around the hood bragging about they got a mixed damn baby. That's hood rat shit. But FBA sisters ain't really tripping on no white boy like that. Now, in Clubhouse, some of these Clubhouse apps in some of these chat rooms in Clubhouse, it's getting very disturbing now. There was one, and I'm going to play audio of this, and somebody caught kind of the tail end of the audio where you had a white guy, I'm thinking the white guy is a cop, and he was kind of thanking the bedwenches and the divestors for kind of shitting on brothers to kind of help him out to a certain degree. So the conversations are very weird. Let me play this clip about this white man up in here kind of thanking the divestors, and I think this guy is a cop. Now listen to this conversation. Hold on.
We're 8 or 10 cars with 2 cops in each car. It's sometimes not enough because they come out of the woodwork, and you guys are taking the heat that a lot of people wouldn't. And you know, hats off to you, and keep it up, because that's the only way it's gonna get out. Because if I say anything, you know, you guys have said it, I'm just a racist, and get the fuck out of here. You don't.
So the white man is up here thanking the bedwenches and divestors for shitting on black men. So the white man is like, hey, thank you guys, you know, because if I say it, I'm going to be a racist. So thank you. See, they know what the bedwenches are doing, and the bedwenches know what they're doing. Talking crazy about black men, the white supremacists can prop them up and kind of hide behind them. You understand? So they know what they're doing.
Divestment, I don't know how long you guys have been on these channels or whatever, but that divestment is us black women completely wanting to remove ourselves from black men and black culture altogether because of these reasons that we talk about. And it's a very scary situation. It is a very real and present threat, like at all times.
Okay, then this is just a babbling bedwench. Okay, so, you know, these non-FBA bedwenches, usually they make these rooms and they sit here talking about how they want to disassociate from black men. And truth be told, when they use terms like body bags and all that old shit, they're talking about foundational black Americans, period. Including foundational black American women. I want the sisters to understand that. Because, listen, when you let these bedwenches and these divestors keep talking, they start shitting on FBA women too. They start calling y'all all types of ratchets. They don't like you either. Let them keep talking. They try to hide their anti-FBA hatred behind some kind of pseudo-feminism, but let them keep talking, and they start talking about how FBA women ain't nothing but ratchet baby mamas and all that old shit. You let them keep talking. It's really about how they have vitriol for foundational black Americans, period. And they think if they shit on FBA people and talk about we're bullet bags, and remember, when you call a black person a bullet bag, you're talking about sisters too, because sisters are getting shot by these race soldiers. Breonna Taylor, the 16-year-old sister who got shot by the race soldier in Ohio. Sisters are getting shot by these damn race soldiers too. So you're referring to sisters as bullet bags too. We're not in a vacuum here, black men and black women. So we have to understand the game that they're running here. They don't like FBA people. This is their way of differentiating themselves from FBA, and they're hiding behind a divest movement. It's not just about licking the white man's ass. Because even white men, and I'm gonna show y'all another clip, I'll play another clip. There was a white man who dialed into one of these divestment rooms, and he asked a simple question. Basically, why are you guys kissing up to us white men so much? Even the white man his attitude and his vibe was like, hey, you know, we ain't all that, but you guys are real extra about wanting to suck up to us. And the bedwenches couldn't really answer the white man. I want y'all to listen to this. Yeah, Tatiana Jefferson, is she a damn bullet bag too? You understand? But listen, here's a white man. This is a white man saying to the divestors, what's the reason why you sucking up to us so much? Now listen to this. Hold on.
Having to do with outside of your skin color. So I find it really interesting that in 2021, we have advanced as an American society to such a degree that the elephant in the room that no one really wants to say
and this is another one.
is that today the advancements in black culture of America...
Hold on. This ain't it. Hold on. Let me see. 1 second. Hold on.
Okay, so the first thing that I heard when I got into the room was an individual, a black male individual, say something to the fact of, and he was throwing shade. I could get what he's saying. He said, I don't have a problem with black women dating white men because once a black woman and a white man...
hold on, this ain't it. Hold on, let me find the right one. Hold on, because there's a whole bunch of them. Hold on.
This is not, I mean, we do it, you do it, and there's people my color that are absolute racist jerks. But this room...
Hold on, yeah, damn, let me find the right one. It's so damn many. Hold on. Let me see if this is it. Hold on.
I guess to the topic of the room, I want to understand, like, are we saying that black women having rooms on dating white men is a negative thing or a new thing? Like, I'm trying to understand the context of why the room title.
Like, I'm not saying it's a negative thing. I'm just curious why.
You're curious why?
Yeah. It's not a negative comment. You know what? It's not a negative or a positive. I'm just curious why.
I mean, quite frankly, I think that white people, or I guess white men, have always been attracted to black women, and black women have the least to always be attracted to any race they want to be, just like white men do. So I guess I'm trying to wrap my head, like, I don't feel like this is something new. Like, historically in America, white men have been with white women, whether they were enslaved or not, and they have been attracted to them. And as a whole society, men are attracted to...
Notice how they be trying to sound like valley girls. A lot of these bedwenches and divestors, they want to be white women so bad. They try to be little honorary white women, so they try to sound like valley girls when they talk. Y'all notice that?
Men. Like, I guess I'm trying to understand, like, the conflict in this situation, or the newness, quote unquote, of the situation.
Well, in a lot of these rooms, it's more than just I want to date outside my race. I want to date white men. It's I don't want anything to do with black men anymore. A lot of the conversations go that way in those rooms. And
so you're more concerned about what black men are doing wrong to black women.
I'm not concerned about any of it. I'm just curious in general.
I mean, I think...
So the white man is a white man who's like, why are you guys kissing up to us so much? I just want to know why. That's a very simple question. The white man's like, we ain't all that. Why are y'all making all these rooms kissing our asses? Talking about black men and all that. Okay, why? And she can't even really answer. She doesn't have an answer. She can't say she's a self-hating coon mammy. So she's trying to struggle for an answer. And notice how she keeps trying to reword the narrative. So are you saying that black man? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, why are you guys kissing our asses so much? Why make all these rooms worshiping white men? That's what he's asking her, and she can't answer it.
I'm being genuine with you. I think what you just said is, like, it's deeper than that. So you're concerned about what black men are doing to black women. Am I correct in saying that?
No. I'm not part of the black community. I'm just curious. What is the reason for this? And so that's why we opened the room, and that's why I'm giving everybody a chance to express their opinions. In fact, for a while, I was letting black women text me and tell me what they wanted to say if they didn't want to come on stage.
Okay, so this is they're just babbling. This is some of the most sad, self-hating garbage you can ever witness. And this is what they do on Clubhouse. That's why I don't rock with Clubhouse. Clubhouse, they sit up here and let these $2 wig divestors spew all types of anti-black male hatred, and Clubhouse just let it go. They let this stuff fester. And my concern is that these divesting bedwenches start getting with these zaddies, and they do little things to start targeting us as a community. Now, when they start doing stuff like that, that's when we have to raise concern. When we have people who are possibly working for the DA's office and they are sitting up here talking about somebody's a damn bullet bag, these are people that we need to know about. See, we got to start getting hypersensitive about who these damn mammies and bedwenches and coons are. When we think that they're going to be some kind of representation. See, we got to watch and see who people elevate. Because, see, the white supremacists, they love creating these buffer class Negroes. And they love elevating filth and garbage. And when we start speaking anything about truth to power, notice the minute we say something, it ain't even vitriolic, and we just say something that's true that goes against the corporate grain, all of a sudden our pages get flagged, our pages get dinged, we get hit. Certain things, man, we can't really talk about no more. Especially about certain medical procedures. If you talk about them, hey, your page might get dinged. Let me show some. I'm going to just show something on my screen here. Let me show something on my screen here about some medical information. Hold on. The CDC, why did the CDC change the definition for vaccine? Let me show, this is something that came out in the Miami Herald, and I got to be very careful. This is a mainstream media article, so I got to be very careful about how I even read this because it could be flagged. And I'm just reading the news here. They had to change the definition of vaccinations. They had to change the definition. It says the act of introducing a vaccine in the body to produce immunity for a specific disease. Now the word immunity has been switched to protection. The word immunity, ladies and gentlemen, they had to switch the word to protection instead of immunity. Now, why did they have to do that? I'm going to put it in a question form. Now, why did they have to change the definition of what a damn vaccine is? Why did they have to do that? Well, they got to cover all of their legal bases now. They got to cover their legal bases because now, if you just blatantly lie, you got to cover yourself from any potential lawsuits because they understand certain things out here ain't really vaccines. This is why they got to change it. And I got to be very careful with my words. They know that certain things are not no damn immunity. Okay? I'm watching my words. They know certain things does not provide no damn immunity because certain things are not vaccines. I'm not saying no names. I'm just talking in general. Certain things are not vaccines. We've been saying that from the day one. Certain things that they're giving people are not really vaccines. That's why they got to change the definition. Okay? Yeah, protection is a very broad term. A condom is protection. Lotion is protection. I mean, protection is such a broad term. Protection can mean anything. So their legal department had to reword some stuff. They got to cover their bases. So I'll let you guys put two and two together. I can't say certain things, and I'm not going to say certain things. I'll let you guys put two and two together because if you start saying certain things about certain medical things, then you really get attacked. Just like they're doing Nicki Minaj, and I don't have the cape on for Nicki Minaj, but they're going after Nicki Minaj heavy because Nicki Minaj said something about some kind of vaccine that was given to one of her relatives in Trinidad, made the relative's testicles swell up, and they're attacking her. And again, I don't have the cape on for Nicki Minaj. I don't have the cape on for her, but I just want to show how they'll flip real quickly on that believe all women, believe the black woman. All that believe the black woman talk went right out the window, didn't it? The white liberal media, they've been attacking Nicki Minaj because she's supposed to be a good negress, sing and rap about twerking, popping her ass, and just shut up and get her money. But when you say something that goes against an agenda, whoa, we got to give her a little public spanking. And Nicki Minaj is now saying she's getting all types of threats. Her family's getting threats. They deliberately put a target on her back to let other black people in the corporate media structure who's financed by the white corporate media, they put them on notice. What they're doing is making an example out of Nicki Minaj. They're letting all of their other Negroes know, hey, we give you Negroes a lot of paper. Don't you go against the grain now. They're doing her like they did DaBaby. See, they made an example out of the rapper DaBaby. That was to making an example out of him. All that homophobia nonsense. They had to make an example out of him. They're doing the same thing with her. Don't y'all Negroes say anything negative about the vaccines out here. You understand? That's the game they're playing. So all that believe all women talk, that's going right out the window. Oh yeah, they got us on a short leash, man. If we say anything that goes against the grain, boy, they are showing out. And another thing they're trying to do, again, they keep trying to sell us on us leaving the United States and going somewhere where it's safer. That's another con game that they try to run on us. Watch out for these type of articles that pop off. Let me show y'all this article that came out right here. Honestly, I never felt more free. A new video shares how Black Americans feel living in Japan. Give me a damn break. This is another con game where they try to sell us, okay, we're going to flood the U.S. with immigrants. We ain't going to do shit for you Negroes. So if you guys want to go somewhere, hey, man, have at it. So they got some big burly Negro here. I don't know if it's a man or a woman with a big coon smile on his or her face. I don't know who this person is, but they got them looking real coonish and Sambo-ish. This is supposed to be a happy Negro talking about how they feel free living in Japan. No, thank you. Ain't nobody going to no damn Japan. No, thank you. We ain't going for that. They did the same thing. Remember, they had an article about some big fat mammy down there in South America with some zaddy talking about how a lot of Black Americans are moving to Ecuador. We ain't going nowhere, dude. We gonna stay 10 toes down and make it do what it do right here. We gonna stay 10 toes down and make this thing do what it do. You understand? We ain't gonna let people run that game on us. We gonna keep it FBA all day. And we're gonna keep fighting for hours. Speaking of FBA and non-FBA, remember out there in New York, there was a story about this simp-ass dude who shot his damn pregnant ex-girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend left his ass. I think she got pregnant with another dude, I think. And at her baby shower, her simp-ass ex-dude showed up and got into a fight with some folks and then killed his ex-chick. Her and the unborn baby died. Okay, and this dude right here, hold on, let me show him, because I knew this was a non-FBA dude. His name was Justin Soriano. So this must have been a Dominican dude. Okay, I think he was Dominican. Harlem, ex-boyfriend of pregnant woman who was fatally shot in Harlem, arrested, charged with her murder. Let me play the link real quick. Let me see what it says. Hold on. Where's the audio? Hold on. Okay, you can't hear it. Her name was Shanice Young. So yeah, this nigga is clearly Dominican with that last name. Okay, so yeah, and even the nature of the crime, I knew that's some simp ass non-FBA shit. FBA niggas don't really be simping that hard. Yeah, FBA niggas don't simp that damn hard. Yeah, she was 9 months, man. East Harlem is Spanish Harlem. So yeah, he was the Dominican dude, which I knew that wasn't no FBA crime. Niggas just charged that to the game. You know? But yeah, that's a coon simp nigga doing that little old sucker shit. We got to watch these folks, man. We got to keep our eye on them. And another thing we got to watch the agenda of the white music structure, the white power structure, when they push Lil Nas Bussy, when they push this nigga, his little album then came out and they've been pushing him on us. and he's been doing interviews trying to play off all of his antics as trolling. Lil Nas X, he's been doing a lot of interviews talking about how, yeah, I'm just trolling everybody. Yeah, I'm just a big old troll. Ha, ha, ha. Let's be clear. I want people to understand this. Just because somebody is claiming that they're trolling, that doesn't make their agenda any less dangerous. Let me say that again, family. Just because somebody claims that they're trolling, that doesn't make their agenda any less dangerous. In fact, if somebody's always trolling, you should keep an eye on that person. People who's always trolling and their trolling is backed up by a moneyed structure, that's something that you need to really keep an eye on, because that's potential danger. Because people troll in order to hide something. People troll in order for you to not take them seriously. So when they bring in a nefarious agenda, you're already not taking them seriously. Always take people like that seriously. Don't let them try to throw you off with, hey, look, I'm just a clown. Wonk, wonk, ha, ha. No. Because all of these little goofy, unfunny antics that Lil Nas X engages in, that's all structured by the white corporate media to undermine us and to push an agenda to target our children. Let's be very clear. All of that I'm just trolling stuff, remember, Jim Crow started off as a joke, and it started off as a white man trolling. It was a white man in the 1800s who would dress up in old slave clothes and act like a slave and do the Jim Crow dance. And that was funny, and he was trolling, and he made a lot of money on the minstrel circuit. But then, after a while, the joke wasn't funny no more, because they started making Jim Crow laws where black folks started getting damn lynched. It wasn't so fucking funny no more. Remember, the Ku Klux Klan started off as a prank. I've said this before. The Klan started off as a damn prank. They were trolling, and then all of a sudden, black folks started getting lynched. Then it wasn't funny no more. So with Lil Nas X, y'all think that bullshit is about trolling. It ain't just trolling. Trolling is just a smokescreen. Because we pointed this out the other day. With Lil Nas X, his whole agenda, we've said this from day one, they're trying to promote him to children so that children will be sexually confused. And we pointed out, if you go to YouTube, and I don't know if they changed this yet, if you go to YouTube and type in baby videos, and a woman figured this out, she was looking for videos for her baby, and she typed in baby videos, and the first video was a kid's video, and then under that, it was a Lil Nas X video of him naked and a bunch of gay black men twerking in prison, and then the rest were children's videos under that. So they had Lil Nas X, they had his videos mixed in with kids' videos. And little kids can easily find this. Whoops, sorry, them. Little kids can easily find this stuff. Because you got 3 and 4 year olds. My kids, when they're like 3 years old, they know how to get a remote and look up kids videos or baby videos so they can watch. So imagine your little 3 or 4 year old looking for baby videos or kitty videos, and this bullshit pops up. This is by design. This is not by accident. We told people from day one, this is what they were trying to do. This was the agenda. This was the agenda. To get Lil Nas X out there in the mix and have him pandering to children. And they still have it. Look, I'm looking at baby videos for babies now. I'm looking at, let me show y'all this. I'm on YouTube right now. Let me go to my thing. Hold on. I'm on YouTube right now. I just typed in baby videos. So you got kids videos, all these kids videos, and then bam, Lil Nas X. This is not an accident, guys. They got him mixed in baby videos right now. If you type baby videos right now, they sneak that in there because they know. Here's another one. Lil Nas X give birth. They got Lil Nas X mixed in with a bunch of baby videos. And let me tell you something. This is by design. These people are sick and this ain't slick. Because see, what happens is when kids look at baby videos, let's say a kid, they're looking at kid videos and they're looking at the ABC's videos. A lot of times, all of these other videos will just play automatically. Even if they're not looking at or looking for Lil Nas X, just the fact that it's in the rotation, you know, if you put on, and my folks with kids, you know what I'm talking about. If you put on one video and you just let YouTube play, they'll start playing all of these videos on the list automatically, guys. They'll start putting that shit on automatically. So if your kid, you'll set your child in front of some ABC videos and all of a sudden you leave the room while your kid is watching videos and then Lil Nas X pop up twerking with his Bucci cat out. And your kid done sat up here and watched this shit by accident and they're traumatized. That's by design, guys. Yeah, that kind of trolling ain't funny. That ain't just trolling, that's a damn agenda. That is a damn agenda and that is by design. They're doing that on purpose. It's not an accident. It's not a glitch. They're doing that on purpose. That shit ain't funny. It ain't just trolling to me. And we have to call that out and not be afraid to call that filth out. And the thing is, listen, with Lil Nas X, we have a right to say this nigga's garbage and he's trash and not be afraid of being labeled homophobic. Because as a hip hop fan, I'm a fan of hip hop. I've stood with hip hop legends. I've worked with hip hop legends. I've stood with and worked with hip hop legends. I've worked with KRS-One. I've worked with some of the best people to touch a mic. I've worked with KRS-One. He's been in my movie. I've worked with Mr. Nasir Jones. He's been in my movies. The best that touched the mic. I've stood with our brother Nipsey Hussle, legendary. I've worked with Chuck D, who changed the game with consciousness in hip hop. I've worked with the OG legend Ice-T. So we have a right to say some of this other stuff is trash. Hip hop, by definition, is anti-white supremacist establishment. And it's anti-corporate meddling. That's why so many people talk about the purity of hip hop. There's nothing wrong with making money in hip hop, but you want to keep the genre pure and not have it dictated by a corporate structure that has a damn agenda. That's anti-hip hop. Having a corporate structure tell you and browbeat you about what hip hop is, by definition, ain't no damn hip hop. If somebody tries to push some shit on you, by definition, that ain't hip hop. That goes against everything hip hop is. Lil Nas X is anti-hip hop. This nigga is anti-hip hop because he's part of a corporate structure that's being used as a weapon against black society. You understand? And by the way, yeah, the fact that they named this guy Lil Nas X, so yeah, that always rubbed me the wrong way anyway. And I think that was by design. But yeah, having this Negro running around here claiming he's trolling, that ain't hip hop, nigga. If you got a troll, what are you trolling for? Nigga, this is a genre called hip hop rap, nigga. Where's your talent? Talented people don't have to troll. The fact that you're trolling shows how you are trash and not hip hop. Hip hop ain't about running around trolling. Hip hop is about getting on that mic and doing what the fuck you need to do on that damn mic. You ain't gotta troll. If you trolling, you ain't hip hop, dude. This nigga is anti-hip hop and we have a right to call his bullshit out. Running around here with pregnant stomachs, that shit is corny, it ain't funny, it's cheesy, it's corporately backed, and it ain't hip hop, my nigga. I wish black folks stop being afraid to call that shit out. I ain't homophobic or nothing. They keep trying to shame Bootsy and all that. Lil Nas X is corny. And the fact that they're trying to browbeat us with this nigga, and every time we call it out, y'all need to leave Lil Nas X alone. No, Lil Nas X and the corporate white media structure need to leave us the hell alone. You guys are invading our spaces. If I want to watch a baby video with my kid, keep Lil Nas X's bussy shaking out of it. How about y'all leave me and my kids alone with this nigga? I want to leave him alone, but y'all keep throwing this nigga on us and browbeating us with this nigga and your damn agenda. That shit is corny. It ain't hip hop. This is why we're doing the museum. This is why we're going to have a whole new hip hop section in the museum to really break this thing down. There was a discussion, speaking of hip hop icons, there was a discussion on Twitter because some new nigga, somebody said this dude is non-FBA, which I don't doubt. But he got ratioed. This Negro said, hold on. They got in his ass. He was talking about Ice-T. He said, yeah, Ice-T had 0 joints, but he's still a hip hop legend. That's amazing. Dude is an overall 48 player rating, yet he found the Hall of Fame. So we had to get this nigga straight. So you see, folks went in on this dude. Questlove jumped in. Everybody jumped in. Everybody jumped in on this dude. Listen, for the new cats, this is why we got to have an understanding of hip hop history. And Ice-T is my guy. I talked to Ice-T a couple of days ago. But listen, for the new cats out here, for the new dudes, let me see, what did I say? I think I got my response in there. But listen, Ice-T is a legend, not because of so-called you don't think he had bangers. And when you say bangers, bangers to new niggas means some shit you hear on the radio all day. Okay? See, this goes back into niggas being corporately fed. We got to get off that corporately fed bullshit. If niggas ain't fed shit by the corporations, you don't think the shit is real or you don't think that it's really valid. A lot of y'all new niggas think that. Let me explain to some of the new cats out here. There was a time in hip hop, in the rap genre, where we prided ourselves and hip hop artists prided themselves for not having to depend on the corporate structure. There was a time when music artists like Ice-T, and he was one of the first to really start going gold and platinum without radio play. There was a time where these dudes knew how to take that shit to the streets, and that made them a threat. These dudes had street bangers. They were moving big numbers without one lick of radio play. And they became such a threat. Our brother Ice-T and others, but particularly Ice-T had to go up against the damn United States government. This dude had high-ranking officials attacking him. This dude had remember, I think it was Dan Quayle talking greasy about him, and that was a big thing back in the day when the president was like, hey, yeah, Ice-T is doing this wrong, and you had all of the NRA people and all the police unions going after this guy. Ice was fighting all types of corporate entities, interest groups, just so niggas now could say what they could say on records. The reason why you can say whatever you want to say on a damn record is because of Ice-T and those guys back in the day. Let's be very clear. That's why that dude is a legend. That dude put in some real sacrifices. He wasn't running around here with a pregnant fucking belly on, twerking in prison. You understand? Doing goofball bullshit. This dude was putting in some real work out here. This dude created a whole damn genre. That's why he's a legend. We better understand how the streets work. This was a time where you had to go out here on the streets and hit them bricks and politic with folks, and you had to earn respect. You didn't get fake respect where a white media outlet is going to sit up here and promote you and promote you and promote you. If a white media outlet kept promoting you and over promoting you, we looked at you funny. Like, hey, why are they pushing you so damn hard? You had to come from the streets at that time. you had to come from the bricks, and Ice-T came up in the golden age of hip-hop. 87, 88, 89, 90, man, you had to be on top of your shit back then. It wasn't about the corporate media. Back then, you couldn't, no way in hell, put out a Lil Nas X back then. They tried to put out bullshit back then. It was quickly rejected. You understand? We know Uncle Luke, we give our props to Uncle Luke, even though he's non-FBA. Uncle Luke, he had to go through some stuff with the censorship thing. We understand that. Yeah, but Easy and those guys, Easy, Dre, Cube, these guys earned that shit from the bricks. So yeah, this is why you better know your hip hop history. You better know what hip hop really, really is and what it's really, really about. Like 6 in the Morning, OG, Original Gangster. Man, Ice-T had some bangers. Colors, that was a banger. Let's be very, very clear. Let's be very, very clear. Yeah, hell, let's go back to Reckless with Ice-T and the Glove on the Breaking soundtrack, nigga. That shit was hot. Ice-T been putting out bangers since 84, man. 83, 84. We got to understand history. That's why in our museum, and I was chopping it up with Egyptian Lover the other day. All my West Coast folks, y'all remember Egyptian Lover. Me and him were chopping it up on Instagram the other day because he wants to work with the museum because he was part of the Uncle Jam's Army movement. And I'm going to work with him. I'm going to work with a lot of these guys to get artifacts from them so that we can put in the museum. So yeah, I've been chopping it up with all of these old school cats, man, to really tell that story. We're going to have a section in there. We're going to talk about the hip hop music genre, and we're going to really focus on the origins of West Coast hip hop. That's why these conversations here, this is why we need to, we got to have this stuff documented. We got to understand who is who did what, so people know. Because a lot of the stuff is not documented. A lot of folks outside LA, y'all don't know about Mixmaster Spade. A lot of folks, y'all don't know about KDAY. K-Day, that was the greatest radio station in history. A lot of y'all outside of LA don't even know about that. In the 80s, in early 90s, we had something called KDAY out here, K-Day radio station, the greatest radio station ever. I talked to Greg Mack, who was running the station at one point. Me and him chopped it up a few years ago. He told me how, because he would break Eazy-E records. Easy and Dre and Yella, they were on the mix. They were mixing up there on K-Day. Even before the NWA records came out, they were on K-Day. Yeah, they don't know about Toddy T. All of these cats. King T, who's really slept on. My niggas, the Alcoholics. Some of y'all know about them, but I'm going a little further up. But K-Day, my dude Greg Mack told me, man, these dudes were moving so many records. Remember, they weren't getting, and K-Day was an AM station. K-Day was an AM station. So a lot of these local artists, man, they were blowing up off K-Day. And they were selling records at the swap meet, and they were selling hundreds of thousands of records with very limited airplay. And my dude Greg Mack said, hey, the FBI used to go up there to the station asking about folks, asking about Eazy-E and Ice-T and all these dudes. This is how serious this shit was. Remember, in the movie Straight Outta Compton, we've always known about how they, the FBI sent a letter to NWA telling them to tone down on the music and all that old shit. But a lot of folks don't know. They were going to radio stations asking and kind of harassing DJs about even playing a little bit of some of their stuff. You dig? It was serious back in the day, dude. Out here. It was very serious. That shit was real. When brothers said, hey, fuck radio play. I'm going to get out here in the streets. I'm going to get out here on the bricks. I'm going to get out here in these clubs. I'm going to hit the streets, and I'm going to sell these records out my trunk by word of mouth, and that shit start working. That's when the corporate structure said, hey, we need to get in on some of this money these niggas are making. The money was already being made. We had the money thing going on, popping out here. Cats were making big money. Ice-T and these dudes, remember, you look at Ice-T's first album, Rhyme Pays. Ice-T is on his album cover with a Porsche, and that was his Porsche that was bought and paid for. He was making that money selling his own records on the streets. So Ice was rocking, balling the fuck out already even before the corporate deal. They wanted to get in on that shit. You understand? They wanted to get in on the mix. Cats were already selling a whole gang of records, and the corporate structure wanted to get in. They don't want to see us getting all that money on our own. Understand, they look at what's going on the streets first. And listen, in the Bay Area, that's a whole different thing. Them niggas was grinding heavy out here. See, on the West Coast, and this is why we're going to break that whole history down, what was different about West Coast hip-hop and East Coast hip-hop, the East Coast game, and there's no disrespect, but their whole thing was about getting signed. Their whole thing was about getting signed to the majors, which was cool. But in the West and really down South, their whole thing was owning their own label. You understand? A lot of the cats, they had that independent mindset. Hey, look, I'm out here, I'm working the clubs, I'm working the streets, I'm getting my stuff in swap meets, and I'm getting my money directly. Hell, all I need is a pressing plant to press my shit up, and shit, I just get me an LLC, get me a building to ship it out of, and hell, I got my own company. They just kept it real simple. Fuck going up to one of these corporate offices trying to get a deal, and I'm already getting the money directly. So a lot of folks up here were already hustling, they were already grinding, they were already getting their money direct. So they just kind of switched the game when it came to the music and did the same thing with the music. Niggas knew how to get it on the streets out here, especially in the Bay. The Bay Area is full of fucking players. You had all those players and Macs and hustlers up there who are already hustling. So the record game, they used that same mentality to hustle records. That's why all those independent labels were popping up. All they needed was a damn distributor. That's all they needed was a distributor. Sir Mix-a-Lot, that's my nigga. I knew Mix-a-Lot. I stayed in Seattle for a minute. I used to chop it up with Mix-a-Lot all the time. Mix-a-Lot was making money hand over fist. Mix-a-Lot was making money hand over fist up there, going gold and platinum independently. Shout out to the Jay Princes and the Tony Drapers. What y'all know about Tony Draper? And another cat, a real good friend of mine, Tony Mercedes. He lived in Atlanta for a while. My dude Tony is out here. Tony was real big on the independent game. A lot of folks sleep on my dude Tony Mercedes. He was behind a lot of hit records in the early and all through the 90s. Tony Mercedes was behind a lot of big records, a lot of big independent records. He was behind a lot of big independent records. Independent. You know, Tony, I want to say Tony's from Augusta. You understand? But on the East Coast, a lot of cats were just trying to go into Def Jam or trying to go into Tommy Boy, and they were trying to get record deals. That's why the first rap record that went platinum, the first rap album, what do y'all think? The first rap album that went platinum, a lot of folks will be surprised. The first rap album that was certified platinum, what year do y'all think that was? Yeah, Daisy Dukes. That's my dude, L.A. Snow and Creole G. I think that's his name. But yeah, L.A. Snow, he actually wrote Daisy Dukes. That was the group called Deuce. L.A. Snow, very good friend of mine, one of my best friends. The first record to go platinum, the first album to go platinum, first rap album, was Run DMC, Raising Hell. That's 1986. That's the first time a rap album was certified platinum in 1986. Def Jam was independent, but they got signed by, they signed on with Columbia. No, it's not Snoop. No. 86. Run DMC, Raising Hell. That was the first platinum rap record. So that was on Profile. And I forgot who Profile was. And that's a white-owned label, by the way. In Profile, I forgot who they were distributed by. No, I'm talking about the first platinum rap album. I think Eric B and Rakim, they went platinum after, but then all of these other records started going platinum right after 1986. So that's relatively recent. You said they thought it was Sugar Hill Gang. Nah. But Run DMC was the first one that was For real, certified platinum, the first rap album. And then what happened was, what really changed the game, and let's be very clear, a lot of the rap records in the 80s, they were selling more than it was being documented. A lot of these records were selling more, but in the 80s, you still had people, record companies and record stores, they would report what records would be sold. So the report had to be done by a human. So you had people who worked at record stores sending in reports to the record labels and to Billboard saying how many records were sold. And again, many of these were white record stores, so some of them were in the pocket of Billboard. So Billboard could kind of kick them a couple of dollars and say, hey man, why don't you say such and such record sold so we can boost up our artist? Okay? So they were doing that through the 80s. But in 1991, what changed the game was SoundScan. So they got rid of the system where it was a human telling the record labels and telling Billboard who was being sold, and it was automated. So you scan the record, it showed how many records were sold. 1991, and the minute they did that, the number one album was NWA, Niggas for Life. That album, when they scanned that with the SoundScan system, that album came out number one on Billboard. That changed the whole game right there. They were like, oh shit, these niggas were selling way more records than we calculated. These niggas were selling way more records than we assumed. You dig? Yeah, that SoundScan. I love that SoundScan because see, a lot of us, we sell a lot of records. And if it was up to some record store, they'd sit up lying. See, numbers don't lie. That's why our Mink Slide stuff, all about Mink Slide albums, we don't get a whole hell of a lot of radio play. We get a lot of online play, YouTube play. We get some club play. We get a lot of play on radio and clubs overseas. But when you look at our Mink Slide stuff, every single one of our projects has charted high on Billboard when it came out. Our last album, Crush Velvet, that was on the top 100 album sales. Go look it up. Egyptian Musk, that was on like 3 Billboard charts. It was on a whole bunch of charts in Europe. You understand? The corporate structure, they don't like that type of shit. When you start doing things independently, they don't like that. They don't like that at all. You think? But yeah, those stores used to lie. They used to lie and say how many records were sold. They'll boost up a white artist, and if a black person sold like 10,000 records, they wouldn't even tell Billboard. They'll just keep that under wraps and keep the money in their pocket. And Macola Records, they were infamous for doing stuff like that. Allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly. This dude Don McMillan, he used to backdoor everybody's records out here. These dudes were selling a hell of a lot of records out here. If they had SoundScan back then, you would have so many platinum and gold records on the West Coast. I know, man, the Bataram by Toddy T, that probably went gold. I know Egyptian Lover, Egypt, I know that had to go 2 and 3 times platinum. That shit was everywhere. But again, they didn't have SoundScan at the time. Yeah? It's heavy stuff. But this is why we got to understand our history and understand how to grind and understand how important it is for us to grind on these damn bricks, to really get it out here on the streets, to really connect with people on a grassroots level, to get certain material out there so that it'll pop off. All right. Anyway, let me get up out of here. I've been on here hella long. But listen, go to iTunes right now, ladies and gentlemen. Pre-order our new EP, the Mink Slide EP called Funk on Wheels. Pre-order that now. Go to iTunes and pre-order right now the new Funk on Wheels. If you pre-order now, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get the EP half off. When the EP comes out October 1st, it's going to be at full price. It's going to be $9.99. But right now, because if you pre-order, you can get it half off. Order the pre-order right now so you can save money on the EP. Get the EP right now, ladies and gentlemen. Minkslide.com if you're listening to the audio here. Anyway, I'm going to chop it up with you guys this Sunday. Y'all have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen.